Welcome to WD Electronics. In this installation guide, we're taking you step by step through the Signal Pro turn signal kit for 2024 and newer Kawasaki Ridge models. This video covers the following front turn signal options: sequential LEDs and round amber LEDs. This kit includes the WD Signal Pro control module with customizable self-canceling, hunting mode, installation mode, diagnostic LEDs, and more. Let's get started. Release the hood by twisting the locking tabs. Pull the hood forward to remove it from the vehicle. Pull from the bottom of the center dash panel to release it. The panel is secured by retaining clips. Take photos of the rocker switches and 12-volt outlet wiring before disconnecting to ensure correct reassembly. Disconnect the rocker switches and the terminals for the 12-volt accessory outlet from the back of the panel. Remove the 5 push pins securing the storage cubby or the HVAC control panel if equipped. Release the panel from the dash. On the driver's side panel, remove the push pin from the door jamb area and the Phillips head bolt from the bottom edge of the panel. Remove the push pin from under the HVAC controls. Remove the push pin from under the shifter lever and the Phillips head bolt from the bottom edge of the panel beneath the parking brake handle. Carefully pry the panel to release the retaining clips and allow it to hang. The panel will not be fully removable. Set it carefully on the steering column. On the passenger side dash panel, remove the push pins securing the storage cubby and the push pin located under the HVAC controls. If your vehicle is equipped with a Garmin display, an additional bolt will need to be removed in this area. Open the lower glove compartment and remove the Phillips head bolt. Remove the 2 Phillips head bolts from the bottom of the panel. Remove the bus bar cover by pushing the locking tab in. Remove the push pin from the door jamb area. Carefully pull around the edge of the panel to release the retaining clips. Take photos of the 12-volt outlet wiring before disconnecting to ensure correct reassembly. Disconnect the wiring for the 12-volt accessory power outlet and remove the factory LED floor light to remove the panel fully. Behind the passenger dash panel, locate the large firewall grommet above the air filter. Use a drill to put a hole in the grommet or use a razor blade and carefully cut an X in the center of the grommet. Under the hood, locate the corresponding grommet in the firewall behind the passenger's side mounting point for the hood. Drill out the hole or cut it out. Directly below the grommet, locate the round plastic indentation. Using a hole saw or drill bit, drill out this opening or carefully cut it out with a razor blade. Be extremely careful when drilling the lower opening. Go slowly to avoid damaging the metal frame and other components located directly beneath it. Use a panel tool to pry off and remove the center cover of the steering wheel. Use a marker to create an alignment mark on both the steering shaft and the steering wheel. This is critical for correct alignment during reinstallation. Using a 3/4 inch socket, Remove the nut and washer. Then pull the steering wheel off the column. Remove the 2 push pins from the steering column shroud and remove the shroud. On the right side of the tilt piston, remove the 2 13mm nuts. From the tilt piston assembly, remove the 12mm bolt and spacer and one 10mm nut from the inside of the piston. Tilt the steering column all the way down. We recommend 2 different locations for mounting the Signal Pro control module. If you prefer to mount the dash indicators here, proceed with mounting location 1. If you would like to mount the dash indicators in this location, proceed with mounting location 2. Mounting location 1. Start by removing the 4 10mm bolts behind the instrument cluster. Disconnect the instrument cluster and set it aside. Place a piece of masking tape on a flat surface. Position the control module on top and trace its outline and the 2 mounting holes. Place the tape template onto the plastic dash panel behind the instrument cluster. Ensure the module is positioned to avoid interference with the dash panel, HVAC panel, and nearby rocker switches. Drill 2 holes using an 11/64 inch drill bit. Remove the tape. From the front, insert the 2 included bolts through the control module and the drilled holes. From behind, place a washer and then a lock nut on each bolt. Tighten the hardware using a 2.5mm Allen wrench and a 7mm wrench to secure the module. Locate the main wiring harness and connect it to the control module. Verify the connector clips into place. Mounting location 2. If you would like to mount the dash indicators in an area that would interfere with the previous mounting location, we recommend mounting the control module along the frame under the dash or the rigid HVAC tubes using zip ties. Now it's time to mount the turn signal lever. On the left side of the steering column, install the long bolt through the switch bracket, then add the spacer and 10mm nut on the inside. On the right side, reinstall the 2 factory 13mm nuts. Temporarily place the steering column shroud over the bracket to see where it interferes. Mark and cut a channel in the shroud. Reinstall the column shroud over the bracket and verify the cutout fits around the bracket. Before securing the push pins in the shroud, mount the turn signal switch to the bracket using the 3 included 2.5mm Allen bolts. Route the switch wire through the shroud opening and into the dash. Lowering the steering column helps create clearance. Reinstall the column shroud and its push pins. Continue routing the wire to the main wiring harness. Connect it to the mating connector. Verify the connector clips into place. Now it's time to install the front turn signal lights. If you purchased the round amber LEDs, skip ahead to this time in the video. If you purchased the sequential LEDs, skip to this time. The easiest way to route the 6 LEDs is by removing the rubber grommets, feeding the LEDs through the grommets and into the opening, then reinstalling the grommets back into the hole. From inside the cab, feed the 6 LED harness through the passenger side firewall grommet and out under the hood area. The hood grommet is mounted to a metal plate held by a Phillips screw. It's much easier to pass the wires through if you remove this plate. Pull some length of cable through. Route the side of the harness with the driver's side label across the front of the vehicle, following factory wiring below the driver's headlight housing. Route the other side of the harness to the passenger's side headlight housing. You may mount the LEDs wherever you like, provided there is 2 to 3 inches of space behind your desired mounting location and the harness will reach. Our recommended mounting location is shown here. Verify there are no mounting points or anything that can be damaged behind your selected location before drilling. Once you have verified your desired mounting location, mark and drill 3 3/4 inch holes under each front headlight. Once you've drilled the holes for the LEDs, install the LEDs on each side by pulling the rubber grommet off each LED and down onto the wires. Next, feed each LED through the back of the holes you drilled. Feed each rubber grommet through the back side of the holes. Install each rubber grommet into the holes, making sure they are fully seated. Next, push the LEDs into each rubber grommet to secure them in place. Rotate them so the lines on the LEDs face the same direction for the most consistent look. Repeat the installation on the opposite side of the machine. Secure the wiring to the factory wiring and the frame, where possible, with the included zip ties. Verify the wires are secured away from any hot or moving components. Under the dash, route the 8-pin connector across to the main wiring harness and connect it to the mating connector. Verify the connectors clip into place. Now that the lights are installed, skip ahead to this time in the video to continue the installation. Locate the headlight adjustment screw on the top of the headlight assembly. Loosen the screw on both headlights until there is a 1/4 inch gap between the top of the light and the plastic fascia. Route the connector on the LED strip into the corner of the headlight housing. Feed the grooved end of the LED strip into the gap, positioning it along the top edge of the headlight housing. Tighten the adjustment screw to secure the groove on the LED strip between the front fascia and the headlight housing. Repeat the installation on the passenger side. Locate the harness for the LED strips. Route the mating connectors with the blue insert through the firewall grommet from inside the cab. Route the ends through the firewall grommet and feed the connectors down through the hole behind the mounting point for the hood into the wheel well. Route the harness labeled driver's side across the front of the vehicle and towards the driver's headlight, following factory wiring and the frame. Route the passenger's side of the harness to the passenger's LED strip. Connect them using the blue screw-down connectors. Make the connection to the driver's side LED strip. Secure the wiring to the factory wiring and the frame using the included zip ties. Verify the wires are secured away from any hot or moving components. Route and connect the 8-pin connector on the LED strip harness to the mating connector on the main wiring harness. Verify that the connector clips into place. Secure any extra length of wire under the dash. Tilt the vehicle's dump bed up to access the taillight wiring. At the driver's side taillight, disconnect the factory 3-pin taillight connector by depressing the locking tab. Install the taillight adapter with the extra 2-pin connector and the bullet terminals in line with the factory wiring. Verify that the connectors clip into place. At the passenger side taillight, disconnect the factory 3-pin taillight connector by depressing the locking tab. Install the taillight adapter with the long white wire in line with the factory wiring. Verify that the connector clips into place. Route the long white wire from the passenger's side across the back of the vehicle to the driver's side adapter. Secure it to the frame using the provided zip ties. Remove the 11 push pins from the front center floor panel and remove it. If your machine is a 4-door model, remove the 11 push pins from the rear center floor panel as well, and remove it. Unwrap the long black cable with the red, black, and white inner wires on the main wiring harness. Route it from the dash area down into the center tunnel, following the factory wiring and the cables for the shifter. Continue routing the cable along the center of the vehicle to the rear seat area. Route the wire under the bed, following factory wiring as closely as possible. Locate the cable in the bed area and continue routing it following factory wiring to the driver's side taillight adapter that you installed. Connect the 3 bullet terminals on the black cable to the mating terminals on the taillight adapters. Verify they are connected red to red, black to black, and white to white, and that the plastic insulation is fully covering each connection. Secure the harness to the factory wiring and frame using the included zip ties, ensuring it does not contact the drive shaft or any other hot or moving components. In the passenger side front wheel well, locate the factory ground wires. There's a hole in the frame in front of the ground wires. This is our recommended mounting location for the horn housing. Attach the horn mounting bracket to the frame using the included 10mm bolt and nylon lock nut. Mount the horn to the bracket using the provided nut. Rotate the horn so it's facing down so it doesn't collect water. Tighten the nut down. You may need to bend the bracket slightly for the horn to have enough clearance away from the ground points. We provide 2 options for mounting your license plate depending on the trim of your machine. You can watch both options to see which one will work best with your specific model and trim. Mounting option 1. On the driver's side rear frame, hold the license plate bracket and LED frame up to the machine. Tilt the dump bed to verify that the plate will not contact anything when tilted. Mark the 2 holes on the license plate bracket using a marker. Secure the bracket to the frame with the 2 provided self-tapping screws. Use a pair of scissors or side cutters and cut a small 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch wide tab out of the top of your license plate for the wire on the frame to pass through. Bend the tab over so it lies flat, or cut it off. Install your trimmed license plate into the LED license plate frame. Line up the top 2 holes on the frame and plate with the holes on the mounting bracket. Attach the license plate and frame assembly to the bracket using the included bolts and nuts. Verify that the wiring is not pinched before fully securing. Mounting option 2. For models equipped with a rear bumper, we recommend mounting the license plate frame directly to the bumper. You will not use the metal bracket. In your desired location, use a marker or center punch to mark the locations of the top 2 mounting holes. Mark another larger hole for the wiring on the frame to pass through. Once you've verified the location, drill out the 3 holes. Install your trimmed license plate into the frame. Feed the wiring harness on the LED frame through the larger hole. Line up the top 2 mounting holes and use the provided silver bolts and rubber well nuts to secure the frame and license plate to the bumper. For both mounting options, connect the 2-pin connector on the license plate power cable to the mating connector on the driver's side taillight adapter. Verify that the connector clips into place. Route and connect the bullet terminals to the mating terminals on the LED frame. Verify they are connected red to red and black to black, and that the plastic insulation is fully covering the terminals. Secure the excess wiring with zip ties. Before drilling, check for 2 to 3 inches of clearance behind the dash to avoid damaging the control module or other components. Mark and drill 2 holes, 7/16 of an inch, in the dash for the indicator LEDs on either side of the instrument cluster. Our recommended location is shown. You may choose to install these indicators in any location you like, provided that the wiring harness reaches the LEDs and there is nothing that can be damaged behind your chosen location. Install the rubber O-ring onto each LED and slide it up to the top flange. Insert the LEDs with their rubber seals into the drilled holes. From behind, install a lock washer and a nut. Secure them in place using a 12mm wrench or deep socket. Connect the 4-pin dash indicator harness to the mating connector on the main wiring harness. Verify the connector clips into place. Route the 2 wires with the red and black spade terminals to the LEDs. Connect the wire labeled driver's side to the driver's side LED and the other wire to the passenger side LED. The red and black wires may be connected in either direction. These connections are reversible. Locate the combination horn and hazard switch harness. Carefully lift the corner of the rocker switch to release the locking tab. Remove the rocker switch from the plastic socket. Connect the 8-pin connector to the mating connector on the main wiring harness. Verify that the connector clips into place. Route the socket down, following the factory switch panel wiring. Next, connect the horn extension harness to the 2-pin connector on the combination horn and hazard harness. Verify that the connector clips into place. Route the spade terminals, following the front signal wires through the firewall grommets. Continue routing the wire down through the hole you drilled and toward the horn housing. Connect the black and red spade terminals to the mating terminals on the horn housing. They may be connected in either direction. These connections are reversible. Remove the two 10mm nuts from the bus bar on the accessory and ground posts. Locate the power cable with the two ring terminals. Connect the ring terminal on the red wire to the accessory post on the bus bar. Connect the ring terminal on the black wire to the ground post on the bus bar. Route the other end of the power cable with the 2-pin connector to the main wiring harness and connect it to the mating connector. Verify the connector clips into place. Secure any excess wiring using the included zip ties. Verify they are secured away from any hot or moving components. Reinstall the dash panels. Choose an open rocker switch slot in your dash. Cut out the opening along the pre-marked lines. Do not cut out the lower part highlighted here. This will cause the opening to be too big for the rocker switch. Reconnect all wiring that was disconnected during the disassembly. Feed the rocker switch socket through the back of the opening you cut out. Reconnect the rocker switch and install it into the dash panel. Secure the rocker switch wiring and reinstall the switch panel. Now you're ready to reassemble and test out your lights. To check your work on the installation and verify everything is functioning properly, we recommend putting the Signal Pro control module into installation mode. To learn how to do this, follow the written instructions in the turn signal kit. To ask us installation-related questions or to order a premium turn signal kit, please visit wdelectronics.com.